Hi, I'd like to go through the third law. We've talked law 1, pure potentiality. We've talked law 2 about giving and receiving, and now we talk the law of karma, or cause and effect. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. What we sow is what we reap. And when we choose actions that bring happiness and success to others, the fruit of our karma is happiness and success. So taking some snippets from this book, as I say, the chapters are always quite long, but you can always pick up this book. But I'll pick out the most important things that I found resonated with me. So the third spiritual law of success is the law of karma. Karma is both action and the consequence of that action. It is the cause and effect simultaneously, because every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. Now, it's nothing unfamiliar about the law of karma, because we've all heard that expression, we reap what we sow. So you and I are essentially infinite choice makers. And in every moment of our existence, we are in that field of all possibilities where we have access to an infinity of choices. Some of these choices, though, are made consciously, whilst others are made unconsciously. Now, the best way to understand and maximize the use of the karmic law is to become consciously aware of the choices we make in every given moment. So whether you like it or not, everything that is happening at this moment is a result of the choices you've made in the past. So we have these conditioned reflexes when a choice comes up to us. And as a result of conditioning and these repetitious and predictable responses to the stimuli in our environment, our reactions are automatically triggered by choices that we've got to make. And this is happening all the time. But we have to make choices, and sometimes, as I say, we make them unconsciously. But if we stepped back for a moment and witness the choices you're making as you make those choices, then this is just the act of witnessing, and you take the whole process from the unconscious realm into the conscious realm. And that's where we need to be, because that's empowering us. So when you make any choice, first of all, we need to ask ourselves, before we make that choice, what are the consequences of this choice that I'm making? And then in your heart, you'll immediately know what that is. So we really need to put our attention into our heart area. So consciously, before you make any choices, make sure before you react or respond, consciously put your attention in the heart and ask your heart what to do. Then wait for the response, a physical response in the form of a sensation. And it may be the faintest level of feeling, but it's there, it's in your body. Your body will respond for you, and only the heart knows the correct answer. The heart is intuitive, it's holistic, it's contextual, and it's relational. It doesn't have a win-lose orientation. It taps into a cosmic computer, the field of pure potentiality, pure knowledge, and infinite organizing power, and takes everything into account. So you can use the law of karma to create things. You can manifest. You can create money and affluence and the flow of all good things to you in your life. But first, you must become consciously aware that your future is generated by the choices you are making in every moment of your life. And the more you bring your choices into the level of your conscious awareness, the more you will make those choices which are spontaneously correct. You will listen to your heart. Then you will use the law of karma in its fullest. Past karma, of course, is that influencing you now? Yes, it can be. Now, there are 3 things you can do about past karma. 1 is to pay your karmic debt. And most people choose to do that, and they do that often unconsciously. So this may be a choice you make. Sometimes there's a lot of suffering involved, unfortunately, but this is the payment of karmic debt. And no law, and the law of karma says no debt in the universe ever goes unpaid. The second thing that you can do is transmute or transform your karma to be a more desirable experience. So this is an interesting process because you're paying your karmic debt. And as you're doing that, you can say, well, what can I learn from this experience? What is happening? What is the message? What is it trying to teach me? So that you do not go around again on the same cycle and repeat things. The third way to deal with karma is to transcend it. To transcend karma is to become independent of it. The way to transcend karma is to keep experiencing the gap, the self, and the spirit. It's like washing a dirty piece of cloth over and over and the stains start coming out. Okay? So you wash and you transcend, and you plant the seeds of karma by going into the gap and coming out again. This, of course, is done through the practice of meditation. So you really go quite deep within yourself and find out what it is that's causing the situation to keep repeating in your life, that you're making the wrong choices, whether it be with places, people, or things. Okay? That's what you're doing. And then you can transmute that by actually healing yourself and finding out what you could do differently the next time. So, by becoming a conscious choice maker, you begin to generate actions that are evolutionary for you and for those around you. And that's all you need to do. As long as karma is evolutionary for both the self and everyone affected by the self, then the fruit of karma will always be happiness and success. And, karma's not all bad. You pay your karmic debts, you change your cycles, you change something, you transmute it, you go deep, you find out what it is. It can be a childhood trauma, it can be a teenage problem, it could be something that you really have never addressed and changed within yourself, so that your reaction, your response, when that very thing comes round again, and it will, you can make that change. And then from then on in, all the karma that comes to you is going to be clear. So it makes sense. It's going to be happiness and success. There's a good flow of energy. Nothing's stagnant. Nothing's stuck. You're not repeating the same things. That's the law of karma. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. And it is difficult sometimes to step back from a past conditioning or a behavior or a pattern that we have had for many years possibly. And it can come from a place of fear. It can come from a place of protecting ourselves. And until we address it, it will never leave us. And we can never then pay our karmic debts. We can never then go forward and find karma coming to us, because we'll be reaping happiness and freedom and all good and positive things. That's what is going to come back to us. So remember, you reap what you sow. I hope you enjoyed that.